Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today is Michelle Smeltzer. Michelle is the Community Liaison Director, Officer. Michelle wears so many hats. She's involved in basically all the community nonprofits and organizations, and all the good stuff that happens in our community goes through her cell phone. Yeah, I got her on speed dial. People call me all the time. They need something. I said, "Oh, here, call Michelle." And she says, "Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot."
Yeah.
Hey, so there's something coming up all the time, but a few things coming up this month, and Michelle's going to tell us about it. The first thing is this volunteer fair. We touched base with it last time you were here.
Yes,
but it's close. So let's go over that.
Yeah. So this is we're partnering up with the Wednesday group,
right,
to put on the volunteer fair. Okay. This is our second volunteer fair, and this year it's going to be this Saturday from 1 to 4, and it's at the youth center at the on 8th Street.
Right.
So
people didn't want to know we have a youth center.
I know. Well, it's the old youth center.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called.
The Raymond Myers Youth Center.
Yes.
So we're going to have various nonprofits and organizations that use volunteers. So the Humane Society, Phoenix Project, the Shenandoah Valley Battlefield Foundation, Laurel Center, Warren Coalition. So they're just to name a few of the organizations. The Thermal Shelter,
Sure.
House of Hope is going to be there.
You know, that's, people sometimes just love to help but just don't know who to call, or they put it off. This is a great way to do it because it's kind of all there together, and you find something that has an interest for you.
Right. You can talk to people that that work in that agency.
See if you can fit your schedule. Yeah.
Right. Because there's
sometimes
different
a lot of
things.
these just need something one time, once a year, twice a year, once a week.
It doesn't have to be a full-time commitment.
Right. And it's great.
Like my volunteer opportunities are.
Michelle calls them voluntoles.
Yeah. So, Saturday, May 6th at Raymond Myers Youth Center, 208 East 8th Street. So that's
the first one.
First thing that's happening. And
we're going to put all this information in the text so you can just click on her link and get hold of her and stuff like that.
Oh, all right. Good. Okay. So we have at the Department of Social Services, we have a job developer. Her name is Brooke McClung. And every Monday, she goes to the library, Samuel's Library, from 1 to 5, and she is in the computer lab. So anyone can go in there and get help applying for jobs, maybe doing up a resume if you need to, looking up different companies. She is there to help you do that. So she's there to answer questions, help you maneuver applying for jobs. So every Monday from 1 to 5, she's there. She's at the Department of Social Services the rest of the time, so you can always call in and make an appointment. Her name is Brooke, again, and get some help. She's kind of plugged into all the businesses in the area that are hiring. And
it's important too. Sometimes, that first impression if you're just doing the resume thing and you're searching kind of remotely, how that resume looks. Sometimes we get them and, it's full of typos and they really don't know how to do it, but they're doing the best they can. But the ones that come through a little more polished kind of moves to the top of the list. And that's where this comes in. And Brooke will be able to help on that. That's a great idea. So, and sometimes it just go talk to her. It'll just give you confidence to go look for that job. And maybe sometimes you say, well, I'm really not qualified for that. Well, maybe you are. Let's look at your experiences and how we can emphasize the right
qualifications.
Sure.
And if you need something, if you don't have an ID or you don't have, something that was going to help you get a job, we can also help with that.
Sure.
So you just let her know, hey, I need to get my ID. I lost it. So we might be able to get your birth certificate if you don't have that in order to go get your ID. Sure. So there's different ways we can help to make it easier for you to get a job.
I remember a couple of years ago there was a group that would help people just in their wardrobe.
Right.
I don't know, is that...
And we do have some clothing. We can refer out to the different, like Pick of the Litter from the Humane Society or the different organizations that have food.
Hospice
Blue Ridge
and the Goodwill.
Hospice.
It's amazing. I mean, I've gone through those stores, and most of that stuff's brand new.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of new
I
stuff.
told you my 93-year-old mother, she said, "Oh, I don't have any clothes." I said, "We took her over to Blue Ridge Hospice because that's where all the old clothes are, old people clothes." And she picked out 3 or 4 pops that were brand new, and she was happy as a lark because she found something that she was comfortable with. But it's true.
So we will help. So
they'll help you dress for success or give you some pointers of maybe it's not how to do it, but what not to do.
Right. Right. Yeah. So this is a great resource.
Give that one to me too. I'm going to put all these things
put all these up. Also, the Department of Social Services is having we're hosting a Veterans Day. That is going to be on May 10th. That's next Wednesday.
Okay.
And we are partnering up with the Virginia Department of Veteran Services. And they'll be there also. So if you're a veteran and you need help navigating veteran services, or you need help with maybe SNAP or Medicaid, anything like that, you can come in between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Wednesday the 10th, and there will be people there to help you do that. And
where's that going to be at?
This is at Social Services.
Okay.
This is going to be at a Social Services office, and you don't need an appointment. You just walk right in, and there will be people there to help you.
If you've ever had to go through the VA services, if you get the right person on the phone or you talk to someone that knows how to navigate you through, it's easy.
Right.
But if you just first time, it's very frustrating,
I'm sure it is.
Because you get different answers from different people on the same question. So it's always better to have an advocate help you do it. This is great. This is a great service.
This is something I believe we're going to be doing. I'm not sure how often, maybe quarterly or a couple times a year. But anyway, I'll give that to you.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Boy, she's loading us up here. All right, well, you've got more. Okay.
Yeah, I have more. This one is coming up on May 9th. This is for our senior citizens. So the Front Royal Warren County SALT Triad. And SALT is Seniors and Law Enforcement Together.
Right.
And
we have Robbie
Seelock.
CEO always comes in. We talk about that. He's really active in that. So, yeah.
And Terry Fritz. I know they both come out. So I don't know when the last time they were here. I just wanted to mention it since it's coming up. That's May 9th. It's going to be at the Moose Lodge. And that's on John Marshall Highway. And it's from 8:30 to 12. And we're going to have expert guest speakers talking about various things. I know we'll have a speaker from Department of Social Services. We're going to have nonprofits there, and senior care businesses, people, businesses that cater to the seniors. So it's a great opportunity to learn about the different businesses in our area that are there for helping to help the seniors. Sure. And we're going to.
There's a lot of us.
Yes, I'm one, and I'll be there. But we're going to have snacks, and it's not going to be a full-on lunch. I think in the past they've had lunches, but that's not going to be that.
All right.
So
it's another one of those organizations that a lot of people, even seniors, really don't know about.
Right.
And they do a lot of good works. Yeah.
So the senior center is going to be there.
I remember going over to one of the senior memories or whatever. Talk about sweet memories or something.
I know what you're talking about. Right. So the senior center is going to be there, bringing the seniors from there. And so if you are a senior and you're interested in what's out there for you in our community, you don't want to put that up. I just wrote that down.
Well, that's good.
Okay. Our next thing is the Department of Social Services has been having a job fair. We have it twice a year. And the next one is May 17th. And that's at the Community Center, Warren County Community Center on Villa Avenue. And that is going to be from 1 to 5 p.m. And we have a bunch of...
so what about this job fair? How does this rate different than looking for a job? This is where people are going to...
So this is where businesses are actually there.
Recruiting.
And they're recruiting, yes.
Okay.
So...
so you want to hit up Brooke first, and then come over and go to this.
Come over and talk to them.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So we have, Bright Star Care, Christian Gym College, Commonwealth Senior Living, DARS, Grafton, George's Chicken, NW Works, Shirley Contracting Company. So just a Valley Health, just a whole bunch of different businesses are going to be there. That's just a few of them. Veteran Employment Services, Warren County, Government of Warren County is going to be there.
I know the town has
Exalta.
Town has job openings.
Right.
The county has job openings.
So that's just a few. There's a bunch of businesses on here that'll be there. And so, again.
You can breathe. There's a job for you.
I think it's pretty easy to get a job now. Yeah. So,
a lot of people are looking.
So please come by 1 to 5 at the community center on the 17th.
That's great. That's great. Okay.
And then we also have what's called a one-stop resource center, and that is also at the community center. Our next one is June 7th, so it's a little ways out. But we have different nonprofits that are there, and you can go through and see if there's anything there that might help you, might assist you. We have the Virginia Employment Commission, Phoenix Project, and they handle domestic and sexual assault. Warren Coalition, who handles so many things.
Yes.
I can't even begin to talk about all the things that they do. DARS is the Department for Aging and Rehabilitative Services, Salvation Army, St. Luke's Community Clinic. So a bunch of different resources there. So if you need some help with something, you could come by there. That's June 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. At the community center and just walk around and see what's out there.
Sure. When she says one stop, it is. The last one we went out to, they just have all the tables scattered around a thing and chairs there, and you go just sit down and talk to people and find out what they do. And it was quite interesting. Really.
Yeah, it is.
We have a lot of organizations I didn't even know existed.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're a small community. We do have a lot of resources, I think, for our small community.
Sure.
And you just have to go out there and find them.
And this is like I said, this is great because they're all in one spot.
Right.
It makes it easy. Whose brainchild was that?
That was probably the director. I remember. It's been a while, so I can't remember.
But it's kept going, and again, doing this quarterly, it's great. All right,
So,
you got one more piece of paper.
No,
What's that?
that was just part of another piece of paper.
Oh, okay. She's got so much stuff.
One more thing I want to bring up because I always forget to talk about it is the app.
Oh yes,
So
you have this app on your phone.
There's a resource app, and if you haven't heard of it, you just go to your either Google Play Store or the app on Apple, the Apple App Store, and download Warren County VA resources.
Okay.
And it's got the county emblem, so that's how you can see. And then you download that onto your phone, and then that has a lot of these same resources right there. It gives you their address, their phone number, the hours, what they do. So it's a great help. Even if you're not someone who needs help, but you're someone who provides information, that is a very useful tool.
Sure.
So
you should check it too to make sure your information's up to date.
Yeah, and if you're on there, if you've got a nonprofit or something like that, and your information's on there, you might want to look it up. Make sure I've got the right.
If you're not on there, you can.
And you want to be on there, just contact me. I'll put you on.
Well, Michelle, you guys. It's just amazing the things that happens at the social services. We don't really realize how many lives you touch in our county. It's a big number.
Right. And, we do have a lot going on.
You do a lot of stuff at doing that, and we appreciate all those things you do. Some things, it's you don't stand out on a street corner and beat your chest and tell people you're doing it. But we appreciate it, and there's you're helping a lot of people and touching a lot of lives because it's. We had several people in last time we talked about child protective services. Don't realize that's part of social services.
Right.
And the foster parent thing. I mean, just so many things that, and the number of people that are involved in it, it's unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. We don't see it in our face every day. So,
right. It's.
You got a highlight on the thermal shelter that just closed.
Yes.
And we're talking about doing it.
Yes.
Winter will be here before you know it.
No, I haven't had summer yet. But, we had a very successful season at the Presbyterian Church this last winter. We closed at March 31st was our last night, so we closed up on April 1st. And, I thought it went very well. And we're served over 80 individuals that came through the shelter. Some stayed one night, some stayed the whole time we were open.
Right.
We housed, I think we had 3 dogs and a cat that were also with their owners that came through.
Right.
So we're very pet friendly. And so it was very successful.
Okay.
We provided resources and made
it's
sure
another
everybody
place to
was.
volunteer. You know?
Yeah, oh yeah, we
'Cause you
we
can-
use lots of
A
volunteers,
lot of
at the thermal
volunteers,
shelter.
and so check it all out. You do have a
Yeah.
website for that thermal shelter.
Yep, we have the thermal shelter frontroyal.com.
Right.
And we have a Facebook page. Just like the Facebook page, we put a lot of information out on
Sure.
there. So right now it's like the kind of breathing time for us, and then as the summer closes, we'll start gearing up again for next
Yeah,
season.
right. We don't
So-
want it to be out of sight, out of mind. We want
Right,
to
right.
keep it in there because it does help. Again, you helped 80 individuals this
Yeah.
last season, and a lot of those are people we don't see.
Right,
And,
right.
and they're out and about in our community, and
Yeah.
you're helping them. It's not like some of our big cities. It's really we look at those homeless situations and we're saying,
those are tragic. Yeah,
tragic,
we don't want to
tragic,
become.
and we want to help people out. Again, Michelle, thank you so much for coming in and giving us the highlights of what's happening this next month or so. We'll put this information below, the links of the volunteer fair and the one-stop resource center and
Right.
the salt triad. Just so many things going on. So check it out. All right.
Yeah, a lot
Again,
of
thanks so much.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me.
appreciate it.
Okay.